Hey Capricorn, intuitive soul coach here with your November 2023 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the free reading giveaway or the monthly newsletter, you can find all of that information in the description box below the reading. All right, welcome. This is good for any and all placements of Capricorn in your chart. And right away here, you may feel like you're at a crossroads. There could be some sort of decision to make here. I feel whatever decision you make is leading you directly towards a new beginning in the month of November. And this also has to do with commitments, long-term commitments, things that will help you out. Some of you, you're going off on maybe a job search because we have the job search card showing up. You may be in healthcare, in insurance, in banking. Those are all job opportunities coming up here for you as well. Or it could be things that you're looking into at this time. Okay, so for those of you that have recently had an interview, I'm also hearing I just got hired, so someone may already be notified that they were hired for a new position. I'm also getting, if you are at a crossroads, something is being negotiated or compromised, which is actually benefiting you. You are the benefactor in this situation. All right, so taking a dive here, what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the cutlery, which means you have the tools available. It wouldn't surprise me to see the magician energy showing up here, Capricorn, because this is about you living well. Even if you need additional money, more money, I feel like you're finding ways to bring in new income sources or to bring in more work here. Now, your first card out is the gold bar showing up in the recent past. And this is all about investing, taking a look at where you are investing your time, your energy, your efforts. It's about solid finances, taking a look at your values and integrity. And some of you here, because you have the sword showing up in the present month of November, to me, this says that you're cutting things out that compromise your integrity, because you don't want to be that, that person who doesn't love what you're doing. So what that means is maybe you work in a Ford dealership, but you drive a Chevy and you really like Chevys, right? But you're trying to sell Fords. It just doesn't work. So that's just an example. I feel for some of you, you don't want to compromise what you believe in, your values. I'm getting Hierophant energy here for you as well. So you're definitely taking a look at what are those values? What is helping me? What has hindered me? What beliefs do I need to reboot or upgrade in order to have long-term success and growth, in order to have a satisfying job or a position? So the gold bar showing up, there's something that you've been wanting to do for forever, for quite some time is what I get here, because gold has been around since the beginning of time, right? So I feel like this is an energy of you sticking to a dream or a goal that you've had for yourself, but cutting away the distractions, cutting away the limiting beliefs, or cutting away things that interfere with you achieving whatever it is that you would like to achieve, not just professionally, but, all around you on a holistic level, because they're giving me that holistic point of view on things at this time. So spirit, body, mind, and soul, basically. You do have the sword showing up in your energy for November, which is about finding ways to overcome any of those money conflicts. This can be cutting corners, not in a way that, you're trying to cut corners because you've already done the work. Now, you may find that people around you are trying to cut corners, but because you've set healthy boundaries, you set the bar, you're not letting other people, Capricorn, get away with things. There is a breakthrough coming in here for you in the month of November, and I really like where this is going with your bonus cards. There could be a legal situation where something is, either negotiated or it comes to a settlement. I just heard settlement energy. This may have to do with the legality. Some of you may work in maybe the legal field or the legal system. This can be about pay cut, pay defense, or being fired, being let go. But what I'm getting from this energy is someone may have been firing their projections onto you. But that's where you come up and you say, enough is enough. This is not going to, I'm not going to compromise, again, my values, my integrity. I'm not going to let you take away this power or be in a place of control, because I am getting control, power, maybe greed, manipulation. All of that energy may have been part of a situation here, but with the swords, I feel like you're cutting it out, or there is, spiritual help, divine help coming to cut things out here. And that's why you have the cut corners. Let's cut this out because we've dealt with it. We've learned from it. There is an ending here. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Death card, the World card, maybe even the Fool, because your next card out is the Eggs. This is about starting over. Okay, not starting from complete scratch, but starting based on a new level of wisdom, new level of values, of integrity, of beliefs. And this is actually helping you achieve that sense of status by setting the bar, knowing what you will and will not put up with or sacrifice or, set to the wayside. So I really like this. Now, this can be about savings. It can be about, your nest egg, looking at maybe your retirement. Some of you are in healthcare or the medical profession. There can be new opportunities available. You may be in, again, insurance. Maybe you're an insurance agent, or you're looking into benefits that have to do with healthcare or insurance. But I feel like you're moving in the right direction here. You don't second guess, because some of you may second guess and say, is this in my highest good? Should I be moving on this path or in this direction? You're being divinely guided here. And even though it seems scary, you're being protected and guided to take that next step. Now, your bonus cards here, you have the Rose and you have the Ring. What this means is there's financial relief here. This is about being, protected, supported. This is about being wrapped up in that loving, caring energy here. So some of you are definitely nurturers, caregivers, maybe CNAs. This could be professionally or personally. But even if you work in, accounting, you're still a very caring, nurturing soul here, Capricorn. And this is about being in a supportive role. You want to grow. I mean, who doesn't, right? We're here to grow. And if you feel limited, or if you feel like you've hit a glass ceiling, I feel like you're starting in a new direction, or you're shifting gears here, because this is about job security. Job security that may or may not be there at this time, but I feel what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for success, for worst case scenario, or for things that happen down the road, because you have this financial commitment. This does talk about long-term investments. You may be looking at retirement accounts or funds, or, the growth of a business or of a property. I just heard real estate for some of you. Now, this also has to do with partnerships, working together to have, a fulfilling career. There could be new contracts signed. I'm getting sacred soul contracts with a business, a company, an organization, a person. So that could be a bonus coming in for you in the month of November. Definitely attraction. So that Two of Cups energy, where this is an important partnership that's actually going to really help you thrive when it seems like it's hard to thrive in the outer world. Okay, now we also have here, I love this, you have job search and you also have background check. So for some of you who are looking for a new job, that's hiring here, people are looking into you, is what I sense. A background check. They may be looking at your credentials, looking at your experiences, your education. They may be doing follow-ups here. They really like what you have to offer. I feel like you have an extensive list, of things that you have accomplished, things that you're great at, your talents, your skills. So don't discredit them. Make sure that you believe in yourself, because you are worthy of these powerful big changes that are within you manifesting in your outer world. Now, some of you are taking a look at, we have spending, we have debt, and we have receipts. So you're really taking a hard look at where your money is going, what you are putting into, certain bills, certain, investments, certain accounts. I feel like you're looking at it all this month. You may even be meeting with a tax advisor, a financial professor, or an advisor here as well. you're taking a look at your spending, and I feel some of you are paying off some debt earlier than you thought, which is great news. Okay, because there's the clean slate here. There is the resources. Some of you, there could be some sort of debt relief, or you may find that you have a little bit of extra to pay off some sort of a debt, because I don't see any difficult cards here for you at this time. We'll dive in here, but I do feel like you're looking at money in a new way. That's actually going to be very beneficial down the road. If you're looking at it from the perspective of a money exchange, that, you know, it flows, it's a flow. When we don't tie a specific belief to it, like money is the root of all evil, that is a societal belief that we tend to think about at times, or, you know, lack of mentality, scarcity consciousness. You're looking at all of that here from a holistic view, and you're saying what needs to be upgraded, rebooted, or completely thrown out. So let's take a look at your energy, Cap, and see what is the heart of the matter. What is the main energy for career, finances, wealth, and abundance for Capricorn in the month of November? What do we have for Capricorn? These are pretty big cards. I apologize if it looks like it's a sloppy shuffle here. All right, we have the Knight of Swords, the Road Runner. This is interesting. Scorpio, maybe it was Sagittarius actually received this as their main card as well. So some of you may be on that Sag cusp, or you may have strong Sagittarian in your chart, or this could also be things manifesting around Sagittarian season, which is, let's see, November 23rd-ish. So it could be towards the end of the month for you. But the Knight of Swords takes action, right? He is someone who looks a challenge in the eye and he gives it a wink. He says, now's the time here to take action, because this is my belief. I believe in this wholeheartedly, and I'm going to be assertive. I'm going to be direct, and this is what I want, and I'm going for it. This is the courage to act here. It is about your best intentions, and also the intentions for the highest good. It's not that you want to manipulate or step on toes, but you know what is in your highest good, and you know what you want to do or how to get there. You may not know the form, but you know what the intention is. And I feel like there's synchronicities showing up here for you, Capricorn, that are actually going to put you in the right place at the right time. This could be, you know, a divine meeting. This could be an ad that pops up, and it's the job that you've wanted. Maybe you wanted to work for that company for quite some time. For those of you that are self-employed, or maybe you're freelance or you work for yourself, I feel like there is some sort of a divine meeting or divine intervention taking place for you in the month of November. So what's blocking that energy? Five of Cups, maybe focusing on some of the loss, focusing on things that have happened prior that have caused you to feel disappointed at times. When this manatee shows up, this is the card of hidden solutions. So there is a hidden solution, but it's a challenge trying to uncover or unwrap that solution. But don't worry, because that's where you have the swords coming in, cutting away some of those distractions, some of those layers of belief, or those mental confusions or restrictions that kind of hold us back at times. Now, of course, it's important to have these emotions, not suppress them, but you also don't want to spend your whole life sitting in that disappointment. And this is about loss, but it says here, better times ahead. And that's what I'm getting here for you, Capricorn, because some of you have gone through some deep struggles. I see that here with the debt and the spending. Some of you may have even went in debt trying to get yourself in a better position here, but I feel like there's still a lot of accumulated layers upon layers of either financial debt or just some conditions because of some loss, some disappointments. Maybe even for some of you, there was health. Health may have been a concern, maybe your physical health, mental health, emotional health. But this is about better times ahead here and unwrapping the hidden solutions that are in your energy here. So I actually don't mind to see this card in the resistance position here in the blockage or the challenge, because it's reading it in the reverse, which I like to see the Five of Cups in the reverse. It means you're coming out of, you know, a disappointing period or a time, or just a lot of mental, emotional distress. So let's take a look here and see what's in the foundation. What are you built of? Nine of Swords. You're like that wounded warrior. You are someone who you've been through a lot, right? Nine of Swords is the black swan. And when this shows up, you have this determination about you, Capricorn. You have this spiritual strength. Even when you don't always feel it, you have it. And there is this energy about you that no matter what you've gone through, you rise above. Now, at times you want to give up. That can be a big, trait of the Nine of Wands. You want to give up because it's hard. This life here on earth is a very, very challenging place, right? We come to earth and we grow and we evolve. We're actually, and I've been saying this in a lot of my readings here, we are a civilization that has come to really master our limiting beliefs, and we limit ourselves. We as humans, we put limitations and, capacities and mental blocks on our success. And that's a big thing that we are shifting away from, right? And that's part of this evolution. And so for you, you could even be breaking some generational, some ancestral wounding that's been happening here around maybe even finances and your sense of security here on earth. But this says there's been mental anguish. There's been a lot of shadows, but time heals. And so there is a sense here of you going through something for quite some time, but you are ready to move on. You're ready to heal the situation and take that leap of faith towards a new beginning. That's what I see here for you. Wow. Okay. So you've definitely overcome a lot. This is in your deep, deep past. So for some of you, bankruptcy, foreclosure, the loss, starting over after maybe a divorce, a physical loss, a family member, a health concern, job loss, building a business, right? The economy, whatever it may be for you, each and every one of us, whether it's minor or major, it is something, and you've gone through it, and there's been a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety around it, I see as well. But better times are ahead here, Capricorn. Now, what's going on in the recent past? The Ace of Pentacles, the White Buffalo. Again, Sagittarius also received this card, and this is a powerful energy of prosperity, divine gifts. You feel like you've missed out on these opportunities maybe in the past, right? You felt like you've missed out. Like, what else is out there? Or can I get that job of my dreams? Or how can I bring in more wealth, more income? The White Buffalo is able to tap in to that unlimited potential when it comes to your prosperity, your wealth, your abundance. But sometimes we go through some lessons to strengthen our soul, right? Strengthen ourselves, so we can be ready to fully jump headfirst into these new situations that come up for us. And I feel like you have this energy of something new coming in, whether this is a new job, whether it is you shifting and changing the way that you view things, because a lot of this change comes from within, right? 100% of it really does. It's the within that manifests in our outer world. And for you, there is a new opportunity here for you in the recent past. And I feel like that's why you are diving into this gold energy. That's why you're diving into your values, your integrity. You're saying, am I walking the walk and talking the talk, right? Am I on that path that I want to be on? What am I feeling each and every day? Is my inner world aligned with my outer world? Right? Is what I really truly seek on a soul level, is it manifesting, or do I need to release some of these layers that have been built since I've came here up to earth, right? You're peeling them back here, and you've been really asking some very powerful, deep questions, I see, Cap. Let's take a look and clarify what you're bringing in. What's coming in here above you? What are you manifesting? What do we have for Capricorn, please? They're showing me a frog at this time. So for some of you, maybe you see, that could be symbolic for leapfrog, taking a leap of faith. For others of you, maybe frog is symbolic. Maybe you have a frog tattoo. Maybe you see a frog, on your social media feed. There's just a frog energy coming in. And I feel frog is about purification. Frog is about, taking the leap here. But it can also be about the right time, because they're showing me now a frog on a lily pad ready to leap. And are you leaping onto the land, or are you leaping into the water? So something deep underneath But right now there may be a level of protection, but I feel like you're leaping towards something that you're not quite sure where you're going to land or how you're going to land, but there is a sense of protection and trust coming in here. What do we have? The bat. There's the Hanged Man. There is that energy here of perspective. So some of you, you're surrendering to the divine plan. You're surrendering, like I just said with the frog, if you are jumping off that lily pad, whether you're jumping, you know, into the depths of the water that may be murky, maybe are unseen, or maybe you're jumping onto land there, regardless of where you jump, I feel like you're being protected here, and you are surrendering. You're saying, I don't know where I'm going to land, or I don't know how this is going to play out, but I know that I need to get off this lily pad. Okay. So this can be about prophetic powers as well. And some of you have faced some dark times, I see, but this is the card of releasing control. It's the card of new perspective and delay. And so for some of you, there's been restrictions, right? There's been a feeling of being stuck or being in limbo here, but that's about to be completely surrendered to and released, because typically in the Hanged Man, the Hanged Man's crown chakra is illuminated, and that can represent here spiritual awakening. It can represent prophetic powers, being able to channel deep insights. And I feel like you have this gift, Capricorn. You have this gift, maybe showing up in your dreams. Some of you are getting flash forwards in a sense, like you have the gift of prophecy. And I feel for a lot of you, even though you don't quite know, again, where something is going, you know that there's a protection level in that energy. This is really deep. Let's take a look at what's manifesting in your near future. What's showing up in the physical realm? What do we have in the near future if you continue to go on this path, right? Tarot isn't set in stone. This is just basically, you know, if you continue on the path that you're on, this is what could be played out for you. Now we have the Tiger showing up, which I love the Tiger. It's the King of Wands. This is someone who's very loyal. This is you embracing these characteristics. This could be someone around you. This is about you, though, I feel, being ferocious in your energy, not in a way that is scary. Well, for some people, it could be intimidating, right? Some things may actually intimidate you, right? Just like that frog jumping. Maybe the frog is feeling a little bit intimidated because it hears something over in the water, or there are some bubbles, or there, you know, he doesn't know what's below the surface, but there may be a little bit of intimidation, but you're embracing and gathering that courage within to jump into the unknown. This is about having that honorable spirit, having that loyalty to yourself, to your dreams, to your family, your purpose. Now, when the King of Wands shows up in your near future, this is someone who takes charge of his destiny. He's very active, very passionate, very goal-oriented. He can also be a spiritual influencer, a leader. He's very adventurous. He is the epitome of success because he knows what it's like to go through, the desert period, or he knows what it's like to have these hard times that he's gone through before. But that's strength in his reserve here, in a sense. And that's what I feel for you. You've actually come to a place of soul growth, of spiritual maturity, in a sense, where you're growing, you are understanding, you are evolving, that you had to come to earth and break away from that divine source, and you have the ego. That ego is what creates that sense of separation. But what's happening now is you're rising above, and you're taking a look and saying, wow, yeah, that ego is just part of the earthly experience, but that ego doesn't define me. I am not the ego. I am a soul having this experience. So this is big. Wow. Okay. Now, how are you feeling? What are you doing? What's going on in your energy? Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, look at that. You have the caterpillar, and the caterpillar has many different legs to get to where it needs to go. So if one leg has been severed or one leg's not working up to par, there's a million other ones. So this is a reminder in your life, Capricorn, if something is not working, that there are other options, there are other resources, there are, other legs that can kind of help you at this time, a leg up in a sense. Now, Four of Pentacles can also be about fear of loss. And we do see that being a challenge here for you. And we see the word loss showing up as the challenge. And we also see it showing up in your energy. We don't want to manifest loss because we are stuck in the energy of loss, right? And you may be saying, well, Melissa, how do we rise up against loss? Is this Hanged Man. We surrender. We let the divine work its magic. We raise our vibration in the best we can, knowing and trusting that things are working out in our highest good. We set the bar of our level of consciousness. We rise above here and know that you are becoming who you are meant to be here on earth, that you are a powerful being, that you have this divine spark and you have access to it, all of it, right? It's your birthright. And so when you have the caterpillar showing up here, you may have a little bit of that scarcity consciousness. So taking a look at some of those beliefs around scarcity, around loss, around, money, around career, around worthiness or insecurities or fears. Take a look at that and repeat the acronym FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Is this appearing real for you and it's false? Right? So take a look at some of those things because that's what you're cutting out and that's going to help you raise your vibration to attract and manifest what it is here that you want, which for a lot of you, it is this, this new beginning on a spiritual level, I feel, for a lot of you. Yes, it could manifest in the physical as well, but it is abundance on a, 10 of Cups type of abundance where it's emotional wealth, spiritual wealth. It's more than just the financial. The financial is coming. It's part of it, but it's so much bigger and deeper than just that surface. Yes, we need money to survive. We need money to live here on this earth plane, but you also want to know that you're being of service, you're making a difference, you're doing what you love. All of those factors come into play here. And with the Four of Pentacles, it's about conquering that scarcity conscious mindset, conquering that fear of loss in order to achieve material success, which it says here, material success. You're going to attain that material success. You know why? Because you have this Nine of Swords, Capricorn, in your foundation because you're not going to give up. You're not a quitter, right? You're not a quitter. You're not going to give up. And look at that. You actually have the moon there and the black swan. So you've had to go through some moon energy before, some illusions you've had to shatter. You've had to take a deep dive into some truths, some, intuitive insights to gain the clarity that you've needed. So you already know how to do this. You really do. But sometimes the fear blocks us from accessing that. But remember, you have that access point at any given moment. We just have to set that fear over here in order to get to it. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in your environment. Okay, Bernie. They're giving me the name Bernie or Bernadine, B-E-R-N-E, or maybe that's part of someone's last name. I feel like it could branch off or tail off. Maybe it's a nickname. Maybe it's an animal name, a pet name. Please take it as it resonates. All right, what's going on in the environment here for Capricorn? What do we have in the environment? We have the Knight of Cups representing the dolphin. I love the Knight of Cups. We're having a heart chakra activation, heart chakra opening here. This is about playfulness. It's about joy. Some of you, there is a little bit of fear of starting over or going forward because you don't want to look like a fool or you don't want to be tricked, right? You don't want to be tricked into something that isn't fully aligned with what you want. When you drop down to that heart center, right? When you come from a place of unconditional love, compassion, and kindness, I feel like it's going to help guide you, help move you towards the next step. There's really true joy here. I get that true joy with what it is that you love, but we also have here a little bit of searching for this, right? There's a searching possibly out here when we need to search in here. So maybe going back to your roots, going back to maybe some of your childhood dreams. What is it that brings you pleasure? What is it that brings you joy? Can you do more of that? And it doesn't mean that you have to start a profession doing that, although, excuse me, some of you have, but this can be about balancing work and play. If you are overworking yourself to the point of burnout or exhaustion, we need to incorporate some more fun and joy into our lives. If you are, if you've been having a little bit too much fun, maybe overspending here with a spending card, and maybe not even paying attention to maybe the credit cards or the debt that's accumulated, that may be something you're wanting to balance out at this time. So I do see a fine line here, a fine balance. And it's interesting, and I have to point this out as well, because some of you definitely have strong Sagittarian placements, Capricorn, because there was also a polarity with both of these cards on both sides, which we're seeing here, your main card, Knight of Swords, and we also see the Knight of Cups. So you could be working with or have some of the strong Sag placements. So let's take a look at some of your hopes and fears, although we do see a fear of loss being present, but let's see what else we need to know. King of Cups. You want to have the emotional capacity to make heart-filled decisions and to help others through their times of needs as well. Okay, for some of you, this is about staying calm, having that calm sense of clarity. You want to be able to embrace the archetype of the King of Cups. And I love this. It shows up as the octopus. This is self-compassion. This is control over emotions and having, again, that calm sense of clarity. You don't want your emotions going all over the place, especially when you're working, right? If I let my emotions, come out with every single thing that I felt, and granted, sometimes when I get readings, because I feel what you guys go through as well, even if it's just for a brief moment, I'll feel in the body where it's located. So sometimes that can be big, it can be deep. And, we keep that under wraps in a sense. Otherwise, I'd be a blubbering mess. I wouldn't be able to do my work effectively. So for some of you, there is a sense here of gaining a little bit of clarity, of calmness when it comes to emotions, instead of feeling at times like that pendulum is swinging both ways. I also sense that some of you are opening that heart chakra to experiencing more love, joy, and pleasure in your life. And that's what you are doing here with the Knight of Cups. So you're actually going to graduate into this next level energy of doing what it is that you love, being who you are on a soul level. This can be, therapist energy. Some of you could be a counselor or a coach. And didn't that show up? I thought you had that maybe in the cutlery, maybe not. But I feel like a lot of you, this is a fulfilling career. This is you doing what you love. This is your passion. This is your joy. This is about you being able to help others achieve this as well, as what we just said. So you could be helping other people out through medical practices, holistic therapy. Maybe you are going in that direction. I like this. Let's take a look at the final outcome. I am getting here the energy of Temperance. So the Temperance to me is possibly patience. So it's still, I see there is already opportunity that's presented itself to you in the recent past, but I still see that there's a little bit of divine timing at play. So there could be something you're waiting to make the right move, or waiting for this, to present. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. This is the energy of a little bit of pause, reflection, evaluation, maybe even a course correction. So when the rabbit shows up, this is a very fortuitous creature. They're very abundant, very fertile. What they focus their intention on can definitely multiply quickly. But this is also about perspective, and we're seeing that with the Hanged Man. So a perspective shift is required, is needed. There is a paradigm, there's a leap happening here. And this is about consistency, also reaping what is sown, and staying constant within your actions, within your beliefs, instead of feeling at times like you're faltering or going back on your values, your beliefs, your words, or feeling like you are kind of in between two worlds. There is this shift here happening where you can fully embrace this next level at 100% instead of feeling like you're only, 50-50. I hope that makes sense. Let's clarify and get a little bit more on this Seven of Pentacles for you. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is the card of, you know, coming close to harvest. It is about you taking a look and saying, is what I'm putting in over here, is it going to grow, right? Is it worth it? Is it something that I enjoy? Is it passionate? Is it helping others? Is it helping bring in what I need to survive? So you're asking yourself some big questions. And if the answer is, you know, not maybe 100%, I feel like you're moving in a direction where your answer will be 100%. Let's take a look here. We have Nine of Wands, which we already see here. This is about withstanding adversity, because some of you have been in, okay, yep, you're closing up a cycle. 9 and 10 of Wands coming out together. That's pretty big. Now, you're definitely stepping up out of a situation. There has been a lot of adversity. There's been a lot of feelings of just wanting to, again, give up, feeling drained. You're carrying these heavy burdens here. That's what you're releasing and letting go. That's why you're course correcting here, because this isn't the 50%. Some of you are doing things, shifting in a new way. It doesn't mean that you are, you know, changing careers. Some of you may be, but you could be in your line of work, but it feels like you are a hamster stuck in a hamster wheel, not growing when there is room for growth. But for whatever reason, you can't seem to bust through that, you know, glass ceiling. You've been trying and trying and trying, but this could be, you know, a surrender or a shift here, a breakthrough happening where boom, finally you're able to hit that next level, because it takes a little bit of a focus in a new direction here for you. So I like this. You've carried the heavy burdens. There's some sort of responsibility that you've accepted or that you are looking into at this time, and it's going to allow you to shift here and to fully show up in all of your energy, all of your values, all of your beliefs. So let's take a look and get a message here from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we need to know here for Capricorn, please? Capricorn, if I have it all, said Sagittarius. I don't think I have, but if I have, I apologize. A lot of that energy coming in here for you as well. Okay, what do we have? Oh gosh, we just said this, right? Between worlds. If you feel like your foot is still in this energy of a little bit of maybe negativity, adversity, fear, isolation, rejection, whatever that is, you're heading towards better days ahead. That's what the message was for you, right? Better days ahead. So it's also card 3. That's the energy of the Empress. So you're definitely moving towards a new beginning here. And that's what that 10 of Wands represents as well. Now, some of you, oh goodness, that's a lot. Some of you may have that healing energy of, I want to fix it, right? I want to fix people, places, things. You may be a fixer, as they call them, right? But sometimes we take on the burdens and the responsibilities of others, maybe unintentionally, maybe intentionally at times. But sometimes when that 10 of Wands does show up, Capricorn, it reminds us that everyone is having their own soul's journey and they're on their own path. And it's, you hear me say this often if you've been following me for a while, is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So release the burdens. Know that you can be a coach, you can be a guide, you can be a mentor, but ultimately it is up to that soul that's having that individual human experience to shift, to transform, to evolve. We can't push that onto anyone, but we can choose that for ourselves, okay? Oh, you did get 2 cards showing up here. We have gathering around, the power of community, beautiful. And then we also have Sky Bridge, possibility for union. And we're actually going to read both of these here for you because you do have the between worlds. And this does remind me of a bridge. So there could be an opportunity for a union here. Between the spiritual and the earthly, because you can see that there is steps here going up to this beautiful moon or sun energy. And then we have community supporting you, showing up for you. Card 47, some of you may be 47 years old, or maybe you're born on the 26th. This is all about what needs to be connected or disconnected. You stand before a seemingly unbreachable abyss, and there is no possibility of retreat. The path behind you is no longer a viable option. You have to act soon though, or you run the risk of being stuck at the edge of the cliff. Whoa, this is kind of like that frog on the lily pad. You're being forced to jump. Maybe that lily pad is going under, right? It can't bear the weight of those burdens that you have carried. Life has brought you to this moment, Capricorn, to offer you as yet undreamt of possibilities, but you must no longer postpone what you know to be inevitable. And yes, you are allowed a breath or two before the leap, so take a bit of time to yourself. Get away for a day or two of contemplation, or even for just a few minutes. Walk to clear your head. Muster your courage so that you may cross the sky bridge. The sky bridge appears when the moment is absolutely right for a quantum leap. You can't make this up. Life believes you are ready, even if you don't agree. Remember not to confuse your true state of readiness with your plans and preparation. Respond with a determined yes. There's that Knight of Swords. He's all in. He's assertive. He is a big yes. Remember, Capricorn, you're giving that challenge a wink. The universe, let the universe take care of the details. You need only to hold on to your positive affirmation, and the way will become obvious as you take flight and clear the abyss. What a beautiful synchronistic card that wraps everything up here for you. And once you take this leap, I feel like this is what's coming in for you. Once you take this leap, once you say yes to this shift, to this quantum jump here, then you have this gathering around, the power of community. This is about safety and security as well as allowing help. There are times when you need positive reinforcement from others. Perhaps your journey has made you tired just before reaching the proverbial finish line, where your friends await to cheer your arrival. Know this, Capricorn, that you're not alone, regardless of whether you think you are. People gather around to help you with your next step as you bring it forth from the cosmos into the beauty of life. There has never been another you before, and you have a unique relationship with your friends, your family, your community, and all those who gather to help you in the unseen realms. Now is the time to allow assistance from others. Ask for it and trust that you will receive it. You are safe and secure right now in this moment, truly supported in your beautiful, amazing, complicated life. You are heard by the angels, witnessed by the divine, and loved, yes, loved, now and always by life itself. Whatever your query, you will find the help you need to achieve what you desire, and you will not have to do this alone. You can count on that. Beautiful energy. Wow. All right, last but not least, Capricorn, we're going to get a few messages here from your spirit animals. So at this time, we're going to just open up that third eye chakra. So please close your eyes for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. A nice big inhale. And upon your exhale, I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky, maybe an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animal is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. This could be an animal that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that's visited through your dreams or through the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer, Capricorn. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below the video, and I personally will enter you into that giveaway where one lucky winner is drawn around the 1st of each month and posted right back here on the channel. Now I'm loving this confirmation. A lot of synchronicities here for you. Some of you may be 49, 57, 61, or 63. Now, right away, you have rabbit spirit. You have the lucky rabbit foot. You also have rabbit showing up as your final outcome. So you have here, now is a lucky time. Now is a lucky time. This is a turning point in a sense. This is time for you to surrender, time for you to release any of that, energy of burdensome, right? Carrying those burdens, carrying the financial stress, the worries, the limitations or beliefs, because now is a very lucky time to multiply your abundance, your prosperity, your wealth. Next, you have vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted. Even though at times it feels like you're wasting your time, your energy, and effort, it's all for your growth. And sometimes we stay in cycles or patterns longer than maybe we want, right? We've reached an expiration date, but sometimes we need to continue learning that lesson. And in order to learn it, we need to keep repeating it, right? So know that nothing is wasted. You have squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. I love the squirrel here. And this is a really beautiful energy. And I think we even said this in the beginning of your reading. We must have that self-belief. Believe in yourself. The sky's the limit. You have the possibilities here. And lastly, you have turkey spirit. For those of you that may even celebrate turkey season or Thanksgiving, this is about giving with gratitude and grace. Beautiful confirmation here for you that there's a lot of blessings, a lot of generosity, a lot of, giving, equal give and take, or putting yourself out there and receiving here abundance, not because there's an expectation tied to it, not because you expect to get anything in return, because that's good karma. That's what we should be doing, right? Putting it out there with no expectations, but knowing that on a deeper level, it's going to come back to us, because that's the law of cause and effect. That's the law of attraction. So thank you so much for being here, Capricorn. I do hope this resonates. Again, I feel like I called you Sagittarius. I apologize if so. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for being here. If this resonates, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. And it certainly helps the growth of the channel, which I greatly, greatly appreciate. Drop those power animals in the comment box below. And again, if you're vibing with the energy here and haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so very much for your time and energy and love and support, Capricorn. Till next time.